Hi guys, I'm Amin. Welcome to this lesson on the present perfect tense. So, what is the present perfect? The present perfect expresses the idea of something happened or never happened before now at an unspecified time in the past. In the past, how it's called the present perfect and expresses the past? It's a good question. Okay, the present perfect is grammatically combination of the present tense and perfect aspect that is used to express a past event that has present consequences. So, because of this, the present perfect is called like that. Now, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to form the present perfect and when to use the present perfect. But before we get started, it's good to know how to conjugate the verb to have. For he, she, and it, he has, she has, and it has. But for I, you, we, and they, I have, you have, we have, and they have. Also, it's good to know that in English language we have regular and irregular verbs. And it's advisable that you study the most commonly used irregular verbs, okay? Now, let's get started. Now, how to form the present perfect. For all verbs, regular and irregular, we use the auxiliary verb have or has and the past participle of the verb. For example, he has worked there. She has taken coffee. It has snowed. I have helped him to do the task. You have listened carefully. We have gone to school. They have watched a football match. Now, let's have a look at the present perfect and negations. For all verbs, regular and irregular, again we use the auxiliary verb have or has, but we add not, contracting it into a haven't or hasn't, and the past participle of the verb. For example, I haven't listened to the news. It hasn't rained since Friday. We haven't closed the window. He hasn't quit his job. You haven't ever driven a car. They haven't paid for dinner. Let's have a look at the present perfect in questions. For all verbs, again we use the auxiliary verb to have and the past participle. For example, has she talked to him yet? Have you ever visited Mexico? Have they ever worked on a farm? Has he quit his job? Have you ever driven a car? Have they ever paid for dinner? Now, when to use the present perfect. First, the present perfect expresses the idea of something happened or never happened before now, at an unspecified time in the past. The exact time it happened is not important, okay? If there is a specific mention of time, the past simple is used. So, for example, we have moved into a new apartment. Have you ever been to Egypt? I have never seen snow. You have already seen that film. They haven't seen it yet. Anne started a letter to her parents last week, but she still hasn't finished it. He has just finished his homework. So, notice in the examples the adverbs ever, never, already, yet, still, and just are frequently used with the present perfect tense. Second, the present perfect also expresses the repetition of an activity before now. The exact time of each repetition is not important, okay? So, for example, we have had 4 tests so far this semester. I have met many people since I came here in June. He has flown on an airplane many times. So notice in the first example, the adverb so far is used frequently with the present perfect. Third, the present perfect when used with for or since also expresses a situation that began in the past and continues to the present. So, for example, we have been here since 7 o'clock. She has worked as a teacher for 10 years. I have known him since I was a child. We have lived here for 3 years. So, in the examples, notice the difference between for and since. So, for should always be used with a duration of time, but since is used with a particular time when something began, okay? So now this is the end of the lesson. I hope you understand clearly the present perfect tense. Don't forget to press a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and bye bye.